Welcome everyone, Joe Tarnowski with ECRM at our vitamin, weight management, and sports nutrition session here in Florida. And I have with me Drew Littlejohns from VH Nutrition. And they actually address the category in a way that is tailor-made for someone like me, who's constantly listening to wellness podcasts and trying to stay on top of the trends. So I wanted them to talk a little bit about what they do and how they actually go to market, because I think it's very beneficial for anybody listening, particularly buyers out there. So Drew, thanks for joining us, and tell us a little bit about VH Nutrition.
Sure, thanks so much, appreciate it. So VH Nutrition is a GMP certified, informed choice certified nutritional supplement manufacturer. We also have a brand that we sell primarily on the different e-commerce websites. And what we've been noticing is that there have been days when you sell 100 units a day of a product, then all of a sudden one day you'll sell 700 units. You'll have a 700% increase in sales overnight. And we're like, what happened there? And so there's one specific doctor, his name is Andrew Huberman, and he's grown 3 million subscribers in the last year. And what happened was we went back and we found out that this product that we sell called Tongadali, he went on to 5 different podcasts, talked about it, and that drove that. Now we're actually seeing that the actual sales increase was 400% on top of that.
Wow.
So one of the big problems, of course, with when you're a retailer is trying to figure out what supplement do you actually want to sell. And of course, the paradox of choice is that once you get more than 5 choices, you just freak out and get really stressed out in terms of what to pick, what to select. So what we're developing is actually an in and out system for retail that capitalizes on the zeitgeist of trending products. So for example, because we're the manufacturer and because we have most herbs, we're actually expanding our SKU list to about 380 different SKUs for herbal supplements. What this will provide is the ability that as soon as one of these products hits the zeitgeist, we can create a tailor-made in and out system that will actually be able to just go in, have it there for 2 or 3 months, and then pull it out. And these are all things that you said you heard about, Tongadali.
Yeah,
right?
and this is why this resonated with me. We actually met in the elevator here at our session. And the thing is, like, I listen to regular podcasts like Peter Attia's To Drive, Joe Rogan, Jocko Willink, Andrew Huberman, The Doctor's Pharmacy, Model Health. These are all podcasts I listen to on a regular basis. And I'm hearing different things mentioned, and they'll talk about one type of supplement to address one particular user need, or they'll talk to another one. The Tongadali is a perfect example. And I've actually myself acted on some of those podcasts.
Yeah.
When I heard about something, I would go and look for it and buy it. So this is like custom made for a consumer like me who's listening to these podcasts all the time.
That's amazing. I was just speaking with another retailer earlier today, and there was a younger gal in the meeting, and I said, hey, where do you get your health and wellness information? And she said, podcasts. I said, where else? She said, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So the modern people nowadays, a lot of them are getting their health and wellness information from these social media, user-generated content kind of places. And one of the wild things about that is that many of those influencers or podcast creators, they're not doctors, and so they don't speak to pharma very much. And so they're actually driving people to herbal remedies. And content creators are funny because they're always looking for the slight edge. This herb you've never heard of has done wonders for longevity and has done ... So they actually rely on herbs as clickbait. And of course, then people click on it, and then that drives more zeitgeist. And the other thing that's even more interesting, I think, in this space is that people tend to remember the herb and not the brand.
Yeah.
And so one of our strategies is just give people exactly what they're looking for. They've already heard it mentioned. So like when I heard the Huberman Tongadali thing, he talked about it on Rogan, and then he went on to I believe Jocko Willink, and he talked about it there. And there's 2 or 3 other podcasts where I heard him talk about it 4 or 5 times in the span of about 3 weeks. And so that's how you know. And then of course, if you've listened to 2 or 3 and you're in the grocery store right? You're just kind of,
it's front of mind. It's right there. It's right there.
and then something, because the podcast, you listen to it because it motivates you. You listen to it because it inspires you. You listen to it because it shares your value system. And all of a sudden you see a product that is mentioned that shares your value system, and you want to be a part of, where we all have a longing for community and to be a part of. That actually happens then in that moment. So when you see Tonga Lee, you know that you are actually being a part of whatever that value system is that was being shared. So it's actually really human, and it's a way to differentiate your product offering by saying, look, we could sell you all number of products. However, we know that this is the one that you're actually thinking about right now. And that's the differentiator. So,
and that's the challenge too, is if it's all of a sudden it's blowing up on these podcasts, and some of them are doctors. You got Mark Hyman, you got Steve Gundry, you got well, Peter Attia
Huberman is a doctor,
and he's a scientist, so he's a PhD. So you know, but they're still talking about supplements. Some of them have their own supplement companies, like you said. But again, it doesn't matter because they're remembering the herb. They're not remembering necessarily the supplement name. But the challenge is, you know, that trend is going to be hot for a few months. And if you're trying to cut it in on the shelf, it's going to take too long and the trend's going to be done. So you're making it so that a retailer can jump on it right away, throw it in the store, and then once that dies, that trend dies, they're not stuck with it.
That's exactly correct. So the idea is to bring it in and out, and we typically can actually have one of these in a store with stock on it within 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how much stock we had to begin with. And then the price point will be right in that $14.95, $19.95 price point. So a very solid offering there. And it's just a way for larger retailers and smaller retailers alike to actually capitalize on these herbal supplement creative zeitgeist, you know, like out there in the public consciousness. Pick up on these trends, as you said, without having to alter the shelf space or wait for the category review or whatever to be able to get it out there. So yeah, we're really excited, and we think that this is a great opportunity because not many supplement companies have the marketing in-house, the manufacturing in-house, the distribution point in-house to really be able to say, look, here's the deal. I'm going to send you an email. Here's what's going on. Here's the trend report for this product. Here's how it's trending. Here's how the sales are trending. Would you like to take a part of it? And then it's just simple. It's just yes, I would, or no, I wouldn't.
Excellent. So how can they find you?
They can find us at vhnutritionllc.com. They could contact sales at vhnutrition.com, or you could even just give me a call, 805-459-8214.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of the session.
All right. Thanks so much, Joe.